Hey, what's going on? It's the Deja Vu Show, and we are in the building with the legendary one, Mr. LL Cool J.
What's going on?
How are you?
All good.
Look, he came in with the vibe, with the energy. I'm here to make dreams come to reality. Bring it. Bring it.
Yeah.
But you've been doing this for years, making dreams reality, and now you're bringing a new, frequency of real creative energy?
That is correct. That's the acronym for the Force, the
That's
album.
for the
Yeah.
Force.
Yeah.
All right, so last time I talked with you, you were just, I think, getting into the studio with Q-Tip.
Yeah.
Working on this.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what's transpired when you started the album, where we are now, and what brought it along.
Yeah, so I had initially I was in the studio working with Dr. Dre, and we had did like 30 or 40 songs, and then I felt like the stuff I was writing, the music he gave me, the soundscape was unbelievable, but I felt like my writing wasn't up to par relative to the music that Dre was giving me. So we took a little break. During that break, I had a dream, and Phife Dawg from A Tribe Called Quest came in me in a dream, and he's like, "Yo, that new album you making is gonna be dope." And I'm like, "Yeah," but he made a funny face, and that face told me, nah, he was being sarcastic. So, when I woke up, I knew I couldn't call Phife, but something just kept weighing on me. I said, "Let me call Q-Tip up." So I called Tip up. I'm like, "Yo, Tip, what up?" He's like, "What's up, big bro?" I'm like, "Yo, I want to make an album." He's like, "Well, what kind of album you want to make?" I said, pickle juice, hot sauce, pimentos in the potato salad, crispy skin. I just want the craziest joint. And he's like, "What you want to do?" I said, "Let's do it, man." So we went in the studio, and it took us almost 2 years to complete it from start to finish.
Why so long? In technology, you have all this stuff. What was the crafting?
Yeah, well,
like?
technology doesn't give you inspiration. Technology is just the way to get execute. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It may get you to Cali fast on the plane, but you got to want to go to Cali.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we just kept working, and I was inspired, and it feel good. And then during the pandemic, I got to travel around, run around, and discover some other things. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because when I was talking to you, I think you had popped up at a mall in Queens or something, and you were I think you were just walking around.
Yeah. I was
disguise.
anonymously walking all over New York City. And,
Yes.
Going on a subway, going on a public plane, trains, going on a bus, going everywhere. And you come to realize that you can't really write songs for people if you can't relate to people.
Right.
And what happens is a lot of times people don't realize that they're separated. They've been separated and they're isolated and living in a bubble. They think because they know what the new clothes are that, they're connected to the people, but it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And so by me, just being around people and just, it just inspired me in a different way. And I think that the album took on that kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? That real creative energy. That
real creative energy, of course, and that's how we got the Force.
Real creative
energy. Now, what's the difference in the real creative energy versus the synthetic creative energy?
I think it's true inspiration that comes from the soul, whether it's fiction, fact, fantasy, or a combination thereof, as opposed to just creating something that sonically sounds like what's going on. It's a difference.
Come on. All right, so now let's walk through, because we're going to do like a takeover on the show.
I like that.
You're going to take over and tell us all about the album for us. All right, so I want to go. We're going to go back and forth, actually, because I want to play some new stuff, and then I want to dip into some classics and all of that. So give me one off of the album that we should jump off with. It starts with Spirit of Cyrus, which is Snoop Dogg, but is there one that you sonically want to jump into first?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of different records. See, the thing about the record is, though, the album is that if we're going to go into it, it can't be about like trying to play songs because I think they work on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It has to be about like the actual music itself and the real energy around the actual, the album. So to me, it's like, but I guess I think I would play that one. I would play The Spirit of Cyrus. Not necessarily because it's a radio record, but just because I think it sets up the record and sets up the album the right way, and I think it's a cool way to do it. There was a guy named Christopher Dorner, and he was an LAPD cop, and he went rogue out in LA, and he had unalived a lot of people and touched up a whole bunch of people, and I got a call from high-level law enforcement out there because I was doing a show at the time, and it was like, "Yo, you need to stay inside. Don't come." And I'm like, "Well, I got to stay inside. What'd I do?" And they said, "Nah, this guy we have a manhunt for, he looks just like you." and they're not necessarily looking to take him alive. And it was like a running joke on the internet that this guy looks like me and all that, and people was kind of thinking it was funny. But then in the meantime, I'm getting calls like, stay inside.
Wow.
So I went down a rabbit hole. And when I went down the rabbit hole, I found out that, he felt like there was a line between him being black, him being a cop. That was an issue. There was this black-blue issue. And then I started looking at what was going on in the country, and it ultimately looked like a metaphor for a lot of the things that it seemed like were happening in the country in general.
Yeah.
And so I went down that rabbit hole and wrote the song, The Spirit of Cyrus. And
how'd you link up with Snoop?
I just felt like Snoop would be perfect sonically on the chorus, because, when I thought about Murder Was a Case, it just has a certain energy to it that felt like Snoop would sound good on. Because anybody I put on the record, any guest, they're not there because they're famous or because they're well known or because I'm trying to reach an audience. They're there because sonically it made sense. You know what I'm saying? So whether I pick, Nas or Eminem or Snoop or whoever, it's because, this person sounds, or even Saweetie, it sounds like they should be on the record. You know what I'm saying? Like sonically. So Snoop just fit perfect on this joint.
All right, well, let's do it. Spirit of Cyrus, LL Cool J, Snoop Dogg. Yeah. We're doing it on the Deja Vu show. We do something on our show called Knowledge is Power, where we throw back to people who made history. You have made history several times, getting different awards and everything. But back when you first started, you were like the hit maker for this label that we know as Def Jam. Talk to us about what that was like when you were first getting in the game and making your songs.
So, the way that worked was, Rick Rubin had produced a song called It's Yours, and it was on Def Jam Productions. The label was actually Party Time Streetwise, and but it was the Def Jam logo, and I saw that logo and I saw that phone number, and I, sent Rick a tape, to his address and everything. Ad Rock from the Beastie Boys heard it. This is before there was a label. He heard it, and they got together and liked it. And I ended up getting with Rick, and I went to his NYU dormitory, and we made a song called Catch This Break. We went across town that same day, played it for Russell Simmons. Russell thought it was the same old thing. We needed to do something better. So me and Rick went back in the studio and made a joint called I Need a Beat, which was based on my original demo. And when we made that, they formed Def Jam. I was the flagship artist, and the label was born. And, we went through all of that process and, ended up doing like 2 singles independently on Def Jam. And then we ended up going to Columbia initially and getting a distribution deal at Columbia.
I don't think I knew that. Was that during that same time period or was that much later?
No, it was definitely before my first album. My first album got distribution because of my first 2 singles. You know what I'm saying? It was independent.
Yeah. But I didn't know that you had your own distribution deal through that.
No. It was independent. Def Jam was independent.
Got you. And then they teamed up with
Columbia. And
then
they went to Columbia and got a distribution deal through Columbia.
And then the rest, as they say, is history.
It really is. And, it was an amazing journey. Just seeing it unfold. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because you came on the scene. You were young, hungry, doing all this stuff. Yeah. And you basically spearheaded this album. This label.
Well, it is no basically. I did.
He's like, it ain't no basically, boo.
You know what I mean? Basically. I definitely did.
You better call it LL. But that's crazy. Do you sit back and think about when you started and to where you are now, your origins, to how you've just been able to maintain and continually giving us the creative energy?
You know what? I just truly believe anything is possible.
Yeah.
And as a little kid walking around, I remember I just believe, you know what I'm saying? And I'm having fun. See, the thing that people, I think, sometimes forget about, the part that they forget about is having fun. And they take it a little too seriously. So there's a reason why I didn't toot my horn that much about that, because I was just having a good time. Right. I was just happy to be on, happy to have a deal, happy to be a part of this thing. You know what I'm saying? I even owned a piece of the label at one point. Yep. I sold it early. I was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was just happy to be on and having a good time.
Right.
And it, I had no idea that it was going to turn into all that it turned into. Although when I Need a Beat, I did say I predict this jam will hit the highest plateau in the world of music, paparazzi, wealth, and fame, the total propulsion of my name. I said that, but did I know that? Not really. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking.
But no, but you put that stuff out in the atmosphere.
Oh, baby.
Come on.
It was definitely out there. You know what I mean? It was out there for real. So, it was good. It feels good. You know what I'm saying? We're having a good time with it. And now, that's why it's so fun to be able to put the new record out on Def Jam on the 40th anniversary in year 40. You know what I'm saying? Like, that feels amazing. You know what I'm saying?
That feels amazing. Yeah. Let's throw it back to I Need to Be. LL Cool J's doing a takeover right now on this Deja Vu show.
Let's do it.
Yo, I don't think I realized it was the 40th and the 40th, and we just did the 50th and 50th.
Oh, yeah.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah, because when the hip-hop first started, those first 10 years I was developing, you know what I'm saying, as an artist, right? So by the time I got on, by the time the record came out in 84, I was ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I discovered it very early, you know what I'm saying? Like,
when did you start writing your rhymes? You fell in love with the hearing.
I started writing it around maybe 10, 11 or 12, somewhere in there, but I started becoming a fan around 8, maybe 7, but around 8 years old. Mm-hmm. So, all those years I was, for 8 years I was kind of vibing and learning and writing and studying and going to parties, rocking block parties.
What did you used to say at the block parties? Give me something. Take us back.
You don't want to hear all that.
I want to hear something.
I half remember it. Like Mysterious Aura, surrounds Cool J that gives the other MCs a touch of dismay. Blow out a candle from a mile away, affect rhyme at the rhyme with no delay.
He talking about he don't remember. He said he don't remember.
I remember that part.
I bet you do.
Yeah, I do.
I bet you do. Who were some of the ones you were looking up to when you were first starting out?
Oh, man. Treacherous 3, Crash Crew, Fearless 4. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All of the guys, Zulu Nation, Bambaataa, Flash, Furious 5. All of the artists, Sequence, Blondie.
Of course.
All of them. Even Lady B from Philly.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
shouts Lady B.
All of them. And just, looking up to those artists, and then you get on and,
And then you come in and you make your wave.
My turn.
My turn.
My
Step
turn.
Up, clear out the dance floor. I'm up in here.
Yeah, don't clear the dance floor, but I'm up in here. You know what I mean?
And all right, so that was back then. Let's flash forward now. You said 40th this, 40th anniversary of that.
Yeah.
Now we have Force. Give me another joint from the album. And you got so many people who are collaborating with you on this one.
Yeah.
Give us another track that we need to blast out.
You know what? Let's
Actually,
play.
we're gonna walk through the whole album. Let's
walk through it. But okay, if you want to walk through the album, then I think a song that would be good to play, just one that popped in my head that'll be, I think, cool for the audience is Black Code Suite. You know what I'm saying? With Sona Joe Better.
Okay, tell me about that one.
Basically, what I wanted to do was take a journey from from the street, from the city to all the way to Sub-Sahara, you know what I'm saying? And just go all the way to Africa and just take people on that journey. You know what I'm saying?
Has that vibe with it?
Well, it does, but, it's you got to hear it to understand it. You know what I'm saying? It's about that food. It's about the life. It's about the culture. It's not, it's not a stunt.
Not just the beat.
Yeah, and Sona Joe Better, plays this unbelievable instrument called the kora, which when I say it sounds like, oh, that might be, maybe that's going to be musical and sound different. But when you hear it, you like, oh, okay. You understand why Q-Tip is Q-Tip and why, she is who she is in terms of an artist. She was the first female she comes from a famous family, and one of the first females to play this particular instrument, and the way it sounds sonically is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So Black Code Suite. Yeah, check it out.
All right, we got it right now. Black Code Suite, LL Cool J from that new album, The Force.
Yeah.
All right, so LL, talk to me, because I know you have a plethora of
plethora. It's a hell of a word.
A plethora of experiences. What's it like when you are on stage now in comparison to back then?
More to do.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's one thing when you got one single and all the time in the world. It's another thing when you got 100 singles.
Oh, yes.
You're like, so you got more work to do.
Right.
It's more work.
What's the one that you love to perform? What's your favorite one to perform? I know they're all your babies, but when the crowd gets crazy.
See, but what you're saying makes sense coming from you saying that, but you have to remember it depends on the audience. Because, you might be in one state or one country and this particular song is the one that they love.
That's true.
Or you see what I'm saying? So it's not as much as I would like to say, I like to perform this one or that one. It's really about the audience. You know what I'm saying? Doing it could be fun. Lounge it could be fun. Mama can be fun. Rock the Bells. It depends on, the audience. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It really does.
All right. Well, let's throw it back.
Okay.
Give me one from back in the day that we're going to throw back right now.
all right, let's give them Doing It.
You want to do it and do it and well?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
LL Cool J,
Let's
ladies
get to it.
love Cool James. Still in here licking the lips, ladies. You know he's doing it well.
Well,
You're a mess. You
Well.
are a mess. Oh my gosh. Hey, it's a takeover on the Deja Vu show. We got LL Cool J hanging out with us. The album is Force.
Yeah.
LL, you have become a force, not just in the music industry, but even in entertainment all over. Talk to us about what made you want to get into steering into the acting world.
So, I mean, the real answer is I just didn't want to limit myself. And the thing that really pushed me into acting was the first time I went and had a meeting to talk about an advance on a new album. And, my man started shifting in his chair from butt cheek to butt cheek. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go do something else for a minute.
Come on.
We're going to have a different conversation. So I went and decided to do a TV show. So I went and did a TV show, and after that, then we could have a little bit better of a better conversation. But it really was about not limiting myself and just wanting to do different things and have different experiences. Like the only reason I decided to do a drama on TV was just because it represented a new challenge. Because when I first came out and I started in music, I had like 10 platinum albums in a row. So I felt like, okay, I want to try something else. I guess it was like Mike playing baseball. You know what I mean? I just did a little better. You know what I mean? I actually made it to the major league, and I love him. That's my favorite. He's my favorite.
Yes.
So I don't want to, that's my guy.
That's your
dude. What I'm saying?
dude.
That's my dude. But I'm just saying it was like that. It was more like just it was just presented a new challenge for me. So
did they take you seriously when you first
No,
got into it?
of course not.
Who did you have to go like an audition
Of
or
course.
pitch some things? Talk to us about that.
Lots of auditioning, lots of, I did audition for Jerry Maguire and spilt the water all over the dude's desk.
Oh my
And didn't get the
gosh.
part. I auditioned for a lot of stuff. That comes with the territory.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not willing to be vulnerable and potentially look stupid, you're not going to be successful.
Yes.
Because that comes with, even taking the last shot in the game. You know what I'm saying? You got to be willing to miss the last shot to take the last shot to make the last shot.
Right.
But if you miss the shot, you could get ridiculed. So if you're a person that's averse to being vulnerable, or if you're uncomfortable with, that kind of energy, you know what I'm saying? Being out there, then
being rejected, because I hate that part of auditioning. Good night.
Yeah.
Hold on, he's bringing out. Wait. Hold on, y'all. Let me paint the picture for those of you who are listening. He's taking off the jacket, got the merch on, the Rock the Bells merch.
Yeah.
I see it. Okay, we're gonna talk about that in a second.
Yeah, when
but,
does it become merch? That word.
I don't know. It used to be what the t-shirts.
Like when people put Balenciaga on, is that merch?
No. It's not because.
Because what?
Stop trying to trip me up. But you're right.
I'm just thinking,
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
All right.
something to think about.
Wait, we're gonna get back to that.
All right, we'll get
Okay.
back to that.
All right, back to your acting.
Okay.
What was the first TV show you did? Was that In the House?
No, you mean as an actor?
As an actor.
Yeah, In the House.
In the House.
Yeah.
And from there, you went back, and after you did that, then did you go back into music, or you went and did more?
No, I definitely did a lot of music after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, countless, all kinds of hits. Yeah.
But did you feel like, okay, I need to stay over here in the acting lane for a few minutes?
Because it's not a departure, it's an expansion. You know what I'm saying? So there's a difference. So it's not like I'm leaving, but there is a different level of commitment that has to be there if you want to do music for real. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do it at a high level every day, you got to be really committed. You can't half, you know what I'm saying? You can't half do it. You know what I'm saying? But, that's the reason why it even took so long for me to come and do this new record, is because what I did was, I made one experimental record while I was out doing NCIS, and in doing that album, I felt like I was disconnected from the people, and I didn't feel like completely tapped into what I was doing.
Yes.
And I didn't really like the results. So,
but you know what? That's dope that you can say that, because a lot of folks won't even say that they didn't even feel connected to it or whatever. They'll blame other things on whatever.
You got to be self-aware, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But that speaks back to what you were saying, that people are out of touch. Sometimes you get out of touch. You got to go and ride the train or go and be amongst the people.
Well, a lot of times people could be out of touch, and they also could just don't want to, honestly, they don't like confronting themselves. A lot of people they just, it's much easier to just find someone else to blame than to be honest with yourself.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to, They want to, eat a Twinkie and blame what's in the Twinkie for making them fat.
That's
your elbow
that's
bent.
why I gained these
Did
extra
your
pounds.
elbow bend when you ate that Twinkie? like they forget that part.
Right.
Like people forget their participation in the situation.
Right.
It's like, you know what I mean?
Well, you went back, you reworked and retooled some things. You got with Q-Tip for this album, for Force.
No doubt.
Talk to us about some more music. I like the Saturday Night Special.
You like that one? All
That's
right.
a vibe.
You like that one? We can play that one.
You want to play that? What was that like, though, when you were doing the video, working with Ross and Fat Joe?
I mean, the whole vibe with that one was just, always keep your word, always paying back. So it's really a song about integrity. It's not about being perfect. Mm-hmm. It's not about being moral judgment, but it is about discernment and about integrity. And so, always keep your word, always paying back. That applies on the street. That applies if you're trying to pass the bar. That applies in med school. That applies when you're trying to get a promotion. That applies in school. It applies across the board. You know what I'm saying? There's certain principles that always apply, and that's one of them.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what the song is really about, basically. Now, the reason I chose those two artists is because they represent in the minds of people and myself that hustler spirit. Like when you think about Rick Ross, you think about a guy who's very entrepreneurial. When you think about Joe, you think about a guy who's very entrepreneurial. So I felt because of that, it would get that idea home a little bit more with people and they'd understand, you know what I'm saying? My pain on the song, you know what I mean?
All right, we got it right now.
Let's get it.
LL Cool J, Saturday Night Special featuring Rick Ross and Fat Joe.
Let's do it.
It's an LL Cool J takeover on the Deja Vu show with WBLS. LL the legend is in the building. Now, we touched on a couple of things earlier. You mentioned something about merch and everything. You have a whole line of things that you're doing, but I love your Rock the Bells movement, taking it not just with merch, but actually with your whole crew, the people that you are paying back with. Give us insight onto that for folks who don't know.
Yeah, Rock the Bells is basically just a company that I created and founded in order to lift up timeless artists and lift up artists that have been in hip hop since the beginning, to make sure that, to make it real simple. I just felt like the way rock artists are treated, the way rock and roll artists are treated, the way country artists are treated was very different from the way I felt hip hop artists were being treated when it comes to having long careers.
Right.
It was almost like, oh, you've been successful for a long time, you've done this, and then they get kind of commoditized.
Why is that? I think what we do that. Why do we do that?
I just think we was just trained that way. I don't think anybody's doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
We just kind of trained to feel like, we have to put you out at the pasture to make room for something else. And it's just the way our culture was kind of trained, and it has its roots in, I think, a much deeper conversation. Mm-hmm. But I think, for me, it was like, I could do something about it. And instead of, complaining, I decided to start a company, give these founders equity, give them jobs, have a channel, do this thing with Rock the Bells Radio, have this whole thing so that they could have lives and it could be great for them. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then on top of that, then turn around and make new music that's impacting the culture in a real way to show people that that's possible as well.
Right.
Because, all of these things require courage, guts, and you got to be willing to take a shot. You know what I'm saying? So having Grandmaster Caz on the radio, having Roxanne Shante, having Sha Rock on the radio, may he rest in peace, Mr. C, like all of these different artists, Marky D, rest in peace, like different artists, having them, letting them be a part of this thing. I think, that's what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk about it, be about it, right?
That's what it is.
You know how you hear people say, I can show you better than I can tell you?
Come on.
Well, let me show you.
Show and prove.
You know what I mean?
LL Cool J's in here. Wait, you know what? Let's play Rock the Bells. Let's get it. Throwback.
Let's get it.
Hey, it's a takeover. LL Cool J's been in the building. LL, what do you do when you're not hustling and working and all that? What's chill life looking like for you?
Chill life. That sounds hilarious.
No, because I saw you on a cruise before. I saw you. Well, no, you did the Rock the Bells cruise, but I saw you hanging out with Magic and all them before too.
That looked real chill.
That looked chill. What were you doing?
Cruising.
Chilling.
I was cruising.
See, that's what I'm saying. But no,
cruising.
Seriously, what do you do?
You know what?
Fun?
Just I just like to dream more and do more. You know what I'm saying? Like I do a lot of dreaming. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to have fun too and keep it simple, but when I'm doing nothing, it's nothing. I just want to watch boxing. You know what I'm saying? I just want to watch.
Boxing.
I just want to watch somebody
get
right a lot of different boxers is great out there. I just want to see somebody get their nose turned all the way around to the back of their head, and I feel great. I love it.
Are you a football guy?
Football's cool. I like football, but I like boxing more.
Really?
No, boxing's my favorite sport. Yeah, I like boxing.
Do you get into the ring and do a little something?
I'm not trying to get punched in the mouth, period, at all. Unless I'm self-defense. But I want to watch it all day long. I want to watch dudes just catch it.
Oh my God.
I love it, man.
I can't
love
get
it.
down with it. I mean, I love the
savagery.
hype around it.
I love the savagery.
That's the part I can't get with.
Yeah, that's what I love about
too
it.
much.
That's what I love about it. The
But you're
savagery.
supposed to be relaxing.
Yeah. I'm relaxing. Watching this savagery, man. This pure savage mode. I'm very relaxed. Very relaxed watching these savages go at it, man.
Do you have the fight parties?
Absolutely. Sometimes, absolutely.
Okay.
We got the wings and all that. Let's get
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Ranch or blue cheese?
Nah, neither one.
LL.
Yeah. I don't really understand that.
What do you mean?
It disrupts the wings.
Come on.
Nah, I'm not with all that.
Are we a hot sauce or what are we doing?
Depends on the wings. I prefer barbecue.
A barbecue wing.
Damn
but you
right.
can still dip it in blue cheese.
Nah, you disrupting the vibe and all that.
You know what?
Nah, that's too complicated, man.
That is not complicated. That adds that extra.
Raw to the bone, raw like Reservoir Dogs. I want the raw wings, B.
on.
Barbecue sauce, man.
All right,
Barbecue
fine.
sauce.
All right, well, while we cooking up in here, we're cooking with the force, frequencies of real creative energy.
Yeah.
Give me another joint on here. I see you got something with Busta. You got something with M. Give me which one we're playing.
Eminem is good. That's a good song. We just actually shot the video out in Detroit. We just finished the video for it. It's called Murdergram Do. And I think that's a good one because that's a song that's just about the MCing and the lyrics and the rhyming and just rhyming to a beat and just, having fun. You know what I'm saying? Like the real reason why we do it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's to just, because the only reason anybody really raps is just so their friends can say, oh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So me and M got busy on that joint. It's crazy.
Got busy?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take a listen.
Yeah, Murdergram Do. Yeah.
No, I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce it.
All right, Deja Vu, Murdergram Do. Let's get to it, baby.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
Bars.
No question. These is facts.
These is facts. All right, LL Cool J's in the building. All right, so we played your new stuff. Give me a throwback jam that you love that's not your own song. I mean, it could be R&B, it could be hip-hop.
She got me programming.
That's right.
Let's program the show. Let's program the show. Let's program the show. And
Come on, we're going to get
keep
LL
some
in here.
familiar classics. Let me see.
An R&B joint for you and your wife when y'all are sitting there, you setting the mood. Give me something.
Vanity 6. Nah, let me see. Let me see. R&B joint that I think would be crazy. Let's play Gotta Be Real.
Got to be real, Cheryl Lynn?
Cheryl Lynn.
Got to be real.
Yeah, let's play that. That's real throwback.
That's a for
Is
real
that too far back?
No.
Oh, okay.
We can touch on everything.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I can
Okay.
get down with some jazz. Look,
right.
it's your world up in here.
Because we could have played Entourage by Omarion, but that's like newer. So let's go with Got to Be Real. Yeah.
We can do both. I mean, listen.
You know what I mean?
You in here, it's a takeover.
No question.
LL's running the show. Somebody got me in here programming. That's right. We put you to work, sir.
I love that.
Get
Put me to
outta
work.
here.
Yeah, put me to work.
Right. Okay, it's the Deja Vu show with WBLS. LL Cool J's been hanging out with us doing this whole takeover, talking about everything.
Yeah.
LL, what do you do for your faith base? Because we always talk about things that are, keep us centered on the show. We talk about things that have taught us lessons. What about you for faith-based stuff? Do you have a zone out? Do you go to church? Do you pray? What is it?
I do it all. I go to church. I pray, I meditate, and I control my thoughts during the day. You know what I'm saying? See, the thing, that's the part that people probably, most people don't they miss on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's controlling your thoughts throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? So, like, where you trying to end up, what you trying to accomplish, and then keeping your mind right. You know what I'm saying? Well, like I think there's a verse that says, whatever things are good, beautiful, hopeful, love, think on these things. Well, hey, so what about that?
Yeah.
See, that's where the discipline comes in. The discipline is not really waking up early and going to church, although that's part of it. And there's discipline in praying once, and there's even discipline in meditation consistently. But controlling your thoughts during the day and mood management, that's a whole nother level of discipline.
It is.
You get what I'm saying?
Because there's so many different factors coming at you.
There you go.
Even just scrolling, you pick up the phone and you can be in a whole other zone, being mad, being triggered about whatever you see.
Right. And when what you complain about, you attract.
Yes.
That's why everything you hear people beefing about, they get more of that in their life. They've been complaining about the same thing for 5 years.
Same old same.
Yeah, because what you complain about, you attract. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because you're giving that it's like that saying, you're giving it too much energy. Like,
Yes.
this is real. You know what I mean? So I think, mind control, your own mind.
Yes. So what set you on that path to start thinking in that? Was that from brought up, or did you expand it by reading some things, or just life lessons in general?
It starts with how your software is programmed when you're a little kid, right? My mother told me, she said, "Oh, Todd, you're a handsome boy. You're smart. You can do anything you put your mind to." And my grandmother said, "If a task is once begun, never leave it till it's done. Be thy labor great or small, do it well or not at all." Mm-hmm. So then you start applying that to your life, and as you see results, you start realizing that, certain results come from certain actions, and you start putting two and two together. And then you realize, like, oh, okay, so I have to keep my mind in this place in order to make these particular things happen. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because if not, you can either be a boat powered through the water, or you could be like a cork floating in the water. Both of them are in the water. Mm-hmm. They both getting salt on them. They both dealing with the weather. But the difference is one has focus and knows where it's going.
Yeah.
And one is just kind of freestyling.
Yeah.
See, like most people in their lives, they kind of freestyle. Why? Because it's easier.
Yes.
And a lot of times they don't know they're doing it. Respectfully. Because that would be the real reason. Because a lot of times people don't realize that they're not controlling their thoughts. Mm-hmm. They just think when they think, that's what they're thinking. You understand what I'm saying?
Come on, LL.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh. I'm going to start calling you Deacon LL. Come on.
Why
now.
Deacon? Why can't I be a bishop or something?
Bishop? No, but you know what? I really think those kinds of things are what set you apart. We were talking behind the scenes, y'all, about people wanting to do interviews and how folks don't really know how to do it. LL is a pro. LL's a pro. But also because what you were just saying, you put the effort in, you're controlling your thoughts, you're mindful of what you're doing.
You got to want it. You know what I'm saying? You say you want things.
People want the shine and the lights, though. They want Hollywood.
Yeah, people want shine and lights. They just don't want to risk getting close to the electricity to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want the shine and the lights, the differences in life is you got to hook the wires up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you can have the shine and lights and all that, but you got to be the one at the socket. And messing with the wires.
Just a little bit.
And people are going to tell you why you messing with the wires. Oh, you're going to burn. You're going to do this. You can't do this. You can't do that. And then here's the weird thing about you can't do this and you can't do that. Sometimes they're right. Sometimes they're not right. But it's up to you to figure that out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, just because they tell you you can't do this and they were right about that doesn't mean they're right about this.
Right.
So it's kind of like a lot of, it's a hell of a game.
It could be true right now, but that does not mean that's the truth for eternity.
In general.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Come on. LL is bringing it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, we're talking Force. We're going through the album. Give me another song. I see you got a jam with Nas called Praise Him.
Yeah, Praise Him is a good joint. And what we was talking about, because what I was talking about, I kind of dipped back into my early days when I first was dabbling in the 5% lessons and learning a lot about that and learning a lot about myself and the godly nature in me.
Knowledge and wisdom, yes.
Yeah, and then what Nas did was he told a story about, people will hear it, but how he got when he first heard my songs, how he would take a trip over the farmers just to see where I lived, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And like, it kind of comes together in a really special way. And
that Queens connection.
Yeah, no question. And Q-Tip being from Queens as well.
Oh, yeah,
so,
that's right.
So it felt good. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a vibe. Yeah, Praise Him is good. It's crazy joint.
It's
crazy.
on right now on the Deja Vu Show, WBLS, LL Cool J.
Let's get it.
You're rocking with LL Cool J Takeover on the Deja Vu Show. Yeah. Now, LL, you touched on this earlier, and you said something about merch. Why don't we value this, and that? No, because I said you have on merch when it's your shirt, Rock the Bells, but Balenciaga, it's not.
Right.
All right, talk to us about your brand and the things that you are doing as you are hustling and expanding it.
Well, let me say first that all of this stuff I do is only an extension of hip hop, and like I just want to start with the idea that I'm very comfortable being a rapper and an MC. Mm-hmm. Period. I don't need you don't have to say, oh, he does business in this area. I don't need to hide behind other businesses, investments, like none of that. I like rapping. I just want to be clear about that, because I feel like a lot of artists, for some reason now, what happened was the internet, with the internet came a democratization of access to making records, right? So the bar,
oh, tell me about it.
The standards changed, right? So once those standards changed, it became so easy to do it that people don't necessarily put the same level of value on being an artist.
Right.
See, I'm not, I don't do hip hop just because somebody threw a mic at me and I found a beat. Like, I do it because I truly, truly love it, and I'm honored to do it. So I love the art. That's why I could talk about it 40 years later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not shying away from the fact it's year 40.
Come on.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but so when I do Rock the Bells and I do this company, that's because of my love of hip hop and my love of being an MC and being a rapper. Like, that's where that comes from. And when I do the Rock the Bells cruise, and when I do the Rock the Bells festival, and when we do the merch, my son, he does a lot of graphics and is involved with the,
so it's a family affair.
Yeah, whether you call it merch when it's for the festival or when it's for the cruise, or whether it's the brand when it's actually just a drop. Either way, I caught that. You like that? I like that. Either way, it feels good, to support hip hop. And that was really the thing. It's like what I did was I gave DJ Kool Herc equity in the company. I gave Salt and Pepper equity in the company. Run DMC, Big Daddy Kane equity in the company. Like other people, equity in the company. Fab Five Freddy has equity in the company. I did that because I just want these artists to own a piece of something of great value.
So now they're all business partners with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And more importantly, they have equity in something that's of major value.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. And that to me was the beauty of it. But all of that starts with me being a rapper and being an MC first and being an artist first and owning that first. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for business. I'm in there because I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just want to be clear about that, because I don't want the youngsters and the people that come behind me to feel like they have to pretend that they don't love what they love. Like, but
I think now, though, it's more of like, multiple streams of income and all that.
The multiple streams of income is fine. There's nothing wrong. Oh, I monetize my page. Yeah, okay, great. And I got 15 streams. Yeah, I get it. I love all that.
Yeah.
I'm talking more of the mindset of, I can't say I'm an MC. I have to say I'm a business person, because somehow being an MC is a minor thing. Like, you have people out here that say, you'll hear a guy on the internet say something like, oh, I want to be a CEO. I want to have artists. I don't. Homie, do you obviously don't know what Michael Jackson's an artist, bro.
Right.
Stevie Wonder's an artist. Bob Marley's an artist. Miles Davis is an artist.
Yes.
Whitney Houston was an artist. What are you talking about? Like, this is not like just something you could just go around collecting artists. Baby and them are supremely talented. But Lil Wayne is an artist. Drake is an artist. There's a reason. Nicki's an artist.
Yeah.
They have real artists. There's a reason why you build a company. So I'm just saying that, like, to me, I don't like when I feel like people are devaluing the idea of being an MC or being a DJ, you know what I'm saying, or being a rapper. Like, that's a beautiful thing. Like, you were changing the world through your art.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? May he rest in peace, Fat Man Scoop. He brought a lot of joy to a lot of people with those club records.
Absolutely.
Those records, we would walk in those clubs and hear those records, and it was, it was important to us.
Yes.
So there's beauty in that. And so you don't have to show me. Like, I don't necessarily care what was in Marvin Gaye's bank account. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
In order for me to respect Marvin Gaye.
As an artist.
Being able to capture value is different. Like, the Wright brothers, they didn't capture a lot of value in the airline industry. But you can't tell me they didn't make a contribution and there wasn't value there.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
I absolutely do.
Yeah, so that's why, like, I'm real funny about that. I want to be clear about that, because I feel like we have this tendency to want to hide behind business. If that's your passion, there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think I looked at it like that before, but that's interesting. That's an interesting
because a lot
take.
of people are doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I just, oh, yeah. I mean, you 27. Oh, I'm going to retire next year. What are you talking about? You ain't even did nothing, B. You got 3 albums. You've been hot for 8 years. You talk about, man, shut up. Man, go make some records, man. Get out of here, man.
And let the legends speak, baby. What?
Come on,
all right,
B.
and on that, you know what? We gonna throw this back. let's play I'm Bad on this one. Okay,
all right, let's
real.
do it. Let's do it.
He's speaking. He's ready. He's
Let's do it.
Come on.
That's a good one to perform.
Calling on.
Yeah, no doubt.
He said he gonna crush you like a jelly bean.
No question.
What?
No question.
That's my lyric.
Fun.
All right, here we go. LL Cool J's in the building doing a takeover on this Deja Vu show with WBLS. Force is the new album, but you've been giving us all this knowledge about not just your album currently, but history, music, all of it. But take us back to where we are with Force. Give me another song that we need to premiere on the show.
A song that would be good to play off of the album. A song that I think is real special is 30 Decembers.
What is that one about?
It's about the fact that I was away from New York. See, during the pandemic, when we talked about earlier, when I traveled around, I hadn't done that in years. So me going up and discovering that, there's Metro cards and no tokens, I felt like an alien. I felt like I was just getting out of jail. No, I'm keeping it real with you. I'm not lying to you. Like, everything was different. There's no newspapers. People are looking at their phones and computers, and it was just like it was like coming home from Sing Sing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It was like crazy to me. So like when I walked around and when I traveled around the city on the bus and I was in all the projects and I was moving around, I got inspired to write a song. So when I got to Q-Tip's house that particular day, he was messing with this track, this real kind of ethereal sounding track. And I ended up writing 30 Decembers to it. And it's a song really about all the things that I encountered. It's all true. This particular song, some of my songs are fantasy. Sometimes they're a hybrid. Yeah. Sometimes they're what I'd like to do. It all depends. This particular song is all facts.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Everything that happened in this particular song. And 30 Decembers is, I think it's a special song. People got to check it out.
Enough said.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you saw in there?
Oh, man. I mean, like I said, the guy dude behind the counter had $1 million smile, but something told me he gonna make the world pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like it's all kind of things. You know what I'm saying? I said, I saw, girl playing music on the phone. We talked briefly. I could tell she hold her own energy in her eyes, make people stand aside. You know what I'm saying? Like different things. I said this white lady look funny because this black kid talking about dropping 40 and 20. Like I'm watching these two kids, like you on the subway, you know what I'm saying? And I'm watching these two kids, the two black kids talking about, 40 points, 20 minutes. And I'm watching this lady, she look like she's from a different part of town. She making all these faces. I'm like, look at this. This is crazy. This one lady, I'm all in black. I got anonymous, mask on. She don't want to let me sit down. Her stuff is right there. It's just like, I said, don't want to let me sit down. I ain't dealing with that now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all of the things that I talked about in the record are there. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But isn't it crazy though when if you take off the mask, then it's LL. Oh
yeah.
Oh, how are you? I love your song.
Oh yeah. Are you the man who ruined the buffet at the Harold Club this morning? Absolutely.
Is that him? Is that him? All right. So LL, what are you looking like with your movies and stuff? What are you working on now?
I'm focused on the album.
Just the album?
Yeah, I'm focused on the album. Like I got obviously. I get offers and I have things that, people want me to do. And, you got a lot of people who want me to, do different, like an Into Deep sequel and all this. And, like a lot of things.
Are you down for the sequels?
Maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Get a little
what I'm
exclusive?
saying?
Come
Maybe.
on. A little something? A little possibly?
Yeah, a little possibly, huh? Impossible.
Look, get that check.
Oh, you talking about here you go, a little check. Yeah, well, that don't hurt. You know what I mean? I ain't got no problem with some cash and all that.
Right.
But
right.
Yeah, it's right now, I'm just focused on the album, though. That's really it.
When you do your videos for the song, for the album, are you still telling the stories? Is it different now from like it used to be back then?
Yes.
What's the difference besides the budgets?
Well, the budgets are different, but the difference is that, there are not as many outlets that people focus on for video.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they're going to go to YouTube, but there are certain rules. Like, I'll give you an example. Like now my song Proclivities is with Sweetie is a bigger song than Passion in my or even the song with Rick Ross and Joe in terms of how it's performing outside. But at the same time, when it's sexy, the ads are different, so your views can be different. Like you can get like views of there's a lot of stuff based around views that make things different. I just put it to you like that.
You mean when you're the digital ads that come before
what
the
I'm
video
saying
play?
is that on the internet, the subject matter has a lot to do with how much exposure it's going to get.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So something could be doing a lot better than you think it's doing, but the exposure is different based on the algorithm and what ad buyers are willing to put money behind for records to, get out there. You know what I mean?
Does that in turn shape the way you want to do your videos?
No. I'm not going to allow it to do that because I did that. And that's not to say that anybody's doing anything wrong either. I'm not like trying to imply something nefarious. I'm just talking facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But no, I think it used to do that to me because like, when I first started, like a lot of guys, like a lot of people know me for my love songs and the songs with the females. But what they don't realize is I was making all types of hard records, but radio didn't play those records during those days.
Yes.
So they think that, LL's like Drake. LL ain't like Drake. He didn't make Rock the Bells and I'm Bad and Mama Said Knock You Out and and Ill Bomb and Boom. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just not the same. However, because radio gravitated towards the more melodic records, I have more of I'm more well known for those kinds of songs. So what that does is it affected some of my records moving forward because we were looking for a path to success. So instead of picking the harder record as the single, we would pick the smoother record as a single. You know what I'm saying? There's one right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's facts. You know what I mean? So that kind of, you understand what I'm saying?
I do. But in sort of, that's the same thing what the internet is doing because they're giving you this path to this other exposure to
right,
the song.
But it's kind of like the opposite though in a lot of ways. It depends on the type of song it is. It depends on the level of sexuality too.
Yeah.
Because on the internet, people get offended by, if you write oxygen, somebody will write carbon monoxide.
Of course.
Like these dudes, they get, you know what I mean? So,
okay.
You just gotta. What I'm basically saying is, you have to just create from the heart and do what moves you, and it'll find its audience, and it finds that you go where the love is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, the love is here, LL.
No doubt.
All right. So we played a throwback. Give me something new to play right now.
Something new. Something new off the album. Let me think.
Passion? Did we hit Passion yet?
We didn't play Passion. No, we didn't. All right. So we can play Passion.
All right.
Let's do that.
Let's get into Passion.
Let's get it.
Force is the name of the album. LL Cool J's been hanging out with us. LL, I have fun with you because number one, you know how to talk. You run your mouth up in here, but you drop some gems for us up in here.
That's something.
That's a little something. That's what you do. All right, Coolio. We're in here. Frequencies of real creative energy. Where do we go next?
I think I'm trying to think about the track list.
Okay, I have it here. I have
name some song. Name them.
Proclivities. We didn't play Proclivities. Want to play that one?
Yeah, let's play Proclivities.
All right,
this
is the one featuring Sweetie.
Yeah.
We'll put that one back. Okay, technology. After we talked about the Sweetie one, here we go. Go ahead, introduce it.
Yeah, so Proclivities. The thing about Proclivities that's fun is that what it's really about is a shadow world that a lot of people like to pretend doesn't exist, where they really like to make their sexual fantasies a reality. But they got two worlds they live in. They got a day world where, they show up to the barbecue a certain way, and then they got a shadow world where they really like to do certain things a certain way. And so the song is dipping into the shadow world.
I heard the lyrics, LL. You dipping into some shadow world.
Yeah, this is true. And so and everybody has those proclivities. So it was like I wanted to make a song that like touched that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And what made you team up with Sweetie?
I just thought she would sound good. I like Best Friend with her and Doja. I thought it was good.
That's a dope song.
I thought it was a good song, and I thought her voice sounded good. So I was like, yo, let's get it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's get it right now.
Let's do
Proclivities is
Proclivities,
on.
baby.
LL Cool J.
No doubt. The Force. Let's get it.
It's the Deja Vu Show Takeover. LL Cool J's in the building with us here, WBLS, all that good stuff. LL, before you go, we're going to play some more music, one more song.
All right.
But I want you to give us some words of encouragement for somebody who might be down, somebody who might just have had some stuff going on. You already been dropping stuff, but give us a few more words.
Well, it depends on the...
Bishop LL.
You funny with that. As long as it ain't Bishop from Juice. Hanging off the roof and all that.
Right.
I guess... I mean, it depends on I would just encourage people to not give up and to really decide what it is they want in life. Be tenacious about your vision and flexible in how you make it become a reality. You know what I'm saying? Like you can.
I like that. See that? You be tenacious about your vision and be flexible about how you make it a reality.
Yeah.
Because even though we wanted to go this way, that might not be the way that it's supposed to happen.
Yeah. Because like an airplane, when for a plane to fly from, let's say, New York to Hawaii or LA to Hawaii, it's a series of course corrections.
Yes.
For a rocket to get to the moon is a series of course corrections. So it may go this way, got to correct. Then you go this way, you got to correct. So in life, you're going to make mistakes. You might make a left turn, but just because you make the wrong left doesn't mean that you can't get it right and end up where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we apply that when we're going to the grocery store. We apply that when we're going to a friend's house for the first time, but we don't necessarily apply that when it comes to our own goals. We give up as soon as we get lost.
Right.
As soon as we get out in the desert, as soon as it gets hot, as soon as the heat is turned all the way up, as soon as we start dealing with some adversity, you know what I'm saying? We give up, and you just got to you got to fight through it. And it's, one of the hardest things in the world to do is to not succumb to frustration when you are internally frustrated and outside pressures are frustrating you as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to really be strong. And strength is not about lifting weights. That's physical strength. We're talking about internal strength.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Intestinal fortitude. You dig?
Come on,
So
LL.
that's what I would say.
But I tell you, when is this next motivational book coming out, sir? We gonna work on that. We gonna work on that.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah. We're gonna get a Nobel for that. We'll figure it out.
All right.
We're gonna go get that Nobel for it. We're not just gonna do it. We need the Nobel.
He always wants to go to the tippy top. He said
Nobel.
New York Times bestseller.
Yeah, I have one of them. I need the Nobel. I need the Nobel, man.
You better do it. All right, so wait, before you go, let's play the song from the album Force.
Yeah, let's play the Force. This song, actually, this is one of Q-Tip's favorite songs, and the song is just. It's just a sonic landscape that he put together that's crazy. And, I go from, talking about Luther Vandross to Pop Smoke, Smooth as Luther Vandross, down to St. Andrews, shower on the yacht while we bopping the Pop Smoke. Somebody call immigration, tell immigration them cases is wardrobe. Succulent juices, we sip Petrusas in Bordeaux. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very interesting song about just life, going after it, going to get it, and being a force in your life. You know what I'm saying? So... There it is.
There it is. Go get the album. The Force is out, and here's the song on the Deja Vu show with WBLS.
I mean, listening to BLS, for me, the fun was when Mr. Magic first came to WBLS because he came from college radio. I won't say the station because we on BLS. So he came from college radio, and him and, Marley, he was playing these hip-hop records, and that was like an incredible time for us because it was the only time we would play it during the day on boom boxes and tapes, and we was running around in the community, running around in the hood, but we didn't get to hear hip hop on the radio at all. And so Magic would only play it on the weekends. Now that seems like that's like horse and buggy, right? But back then it was like amazing. So that for me, hearing Mr. Magic, BLS, and then of course Frankie Crocker, who was my man, I used to see Frankie at restaurants, and he would pull his arm and say, "Yo, come here, feel that." I'd be like, "Yo, Frankie, what are you doing, man?" He's like, "Yo, feel that." He used to like flex his arms and all that. But he was they both were crazy, real cool. And so the There I Go, Frankie Crocker theme song was amazing, and then Mr. Magic playing the hip hop. My mother loved Frankie Crocker. You know what I'm saying? I love Mr. Magic, and that was amazing. And then I think one of the pivotal points for me, BLS is forever tied into my history because not only over the years did I do a lot of interviews at BLS and, get a lot of support and love from the station throughout my career, but also I ended up really forming my relationship with Marley because I came up to the station for an interview and me and Marley was chatting, and I ended up doing the Mama Said Knock You Out album and that whole era with Marley based on us meeting up at BLS. So there is some good mojo there as well. So shout out, to the whole 107.5 WBLS, baby. Peace. And congratulations on your anniversary.